Hi, I'm Oren.
And I'm Cassie. We both work on ICFJ's TruthBuzz Fellowship program. We've been reviewing applications as they've rolled in, and we've received a lot of questions. One of our number one questions is, what is ICFJ looking for in a TruthBuzz Fellow?
That's right. So what we're looking for is somebody who really wants to tell great stories around fact-checking information. And that can be using any great idea that comes to mind. It's multimedia or animation or video, or even writing your message on a blackboard and leaving it on the street. We're looking for people who are really creative about telling stories with fact-checking and other news information, and people who can then work with a team in a newsroom to help turn those ideas into practical solutions that the newsroom can then use in their own community.
But you don't have to have decades of experience or the highest title in your organization. In fact, we care a lot more about track records than titles. Are you someone who can launch projects, get them off the ground, work with teams and newsrooms to get those projects launched? You don't have to be a developer or a programmer or know a lot about interactives, but you should be able to work with those staffers to make the project successful.
That's right, because you'll be working in a newsroom, and that newsroom is going to have a team of experts who you'll be able to work with to make your ideas into reality. So those will include reporters and editors and social media team and graphic designers and whoever else they have available to work on that project.
So if you're a creative storyteller, a leader, and able to engage audiences, we'd love to hear from you.
That's great. So now what are we looking for in a proposal, though, if somebody's really interested in the program?
Yeah, so we want to see the practical steps you're going to take to get your project off the ground. So for example, if you say, I want to use video to kind of spread fact-checking content, we want to see you actually break down, okay, how are you going to make this video appealing? Who is your target audience? Why do you think this is going to work? And we want to see a rough timeline for implementing the proposal. This is a 6-month fellowship, so we'd love to see you break it down by, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z month 1, X, Y, and Z month 2, etc.
Right, and then what we also want to know is how do you know if what you've done succeeded? What does success mean to you? And how will you know if you've really had an impact with the ideas you're proposing? And now I guess we want to get into some of the logistics about the where of this, because I think we're doing the fellowship in 5 countries. To remind people what those countries are.
Yeah, so it's Brazil, the US, India, Indonesia, and Nigeria. So 5 countries all around the world, leaders in media in their respective regions.
Right, so we're looking for people who live in those countries, or at best have a lot of knowledge about those specific countries if they live in the region but may not live in those specific countries. And the idea is, let's say if you live in Brazil and you're interested in the fellowship, you'll be placed with a Brazilian newsroom to do that work. And likewise for the other countries on the list.
Yeah, exactly. And also, a lot of people have been asking us, well, I can't quit my job for 6 months to be a full-time TruthBuzz Fellow. But actually, depending on your project, and other kind of factors, we'd be happy to consider extending TruthBuzz Fellows for 9 months.